This is One-on-One. Our longtime friend and partner, Phil Kirshner, President of New Jersey Business and Industry Association. I say partner because we get so much important information about the world of business from Phil and his organization. By the way, you're going to see a website up, and JBIA gets some information from them. Also, the publication you guys put out is called?
New Jersey Business Magazine.
Tell us why that's an important publication.
It's an important publication because it really is the best place to find all kinds of business information that really will assist you every day in your business. It's very grounded in the actual tasks that business people do, and I think it's an enjoyable read and a concise read.
A while back in the fall of 2012, Phil, you guys did your annual, what's called the Business Outlook Survey.
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, wow, these guys did this survey a couple months before Hurricane Sandy, all right?
Right.
The biggest impact of Sandy on those results, and do you scrap them and say, well, what people in business were saying about business in 2013 in New Jersey, out the window?
I don't think so, Steve. That's not what we're seeing from our businesses. And we have, from the smallest businesses on Main Street to the largest companies here in New Jersey, real optimism. And that was based on their 2012 sales and profits and revenues and their own investment in terms of purchases. It all went up nicely from 2011. So they have some basis to fall back on. They like the direction that the state is heading, and I think they feel that it's structural. It's with the Sandy victims, that's 10 to 15%.
Whoa, 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 what do you mean 10 to 15? Of the businesses or?
Of the businesses that were open, we have about 85 to 90% of the businesses are back.
Okay, as we do this program, we're doing this in mid-February 2013. That many are open.
Yeah.
Of those that are not, Phil, what do you think the prospects are?
Well, that's the thing, you know, for to answer your first question, Steve, 85 to 90% are back. For them, it was, as for everyone, a horrible but temporary event that closed them anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks, but they're pretty much back. For the remainder, this is a long-term situation. I think many will return, but I do think many will not return. The costs of rebuilding, they just don't have the funds. You find a lot of people that I talk to are in their late 50s or early 60s, and they can't start all over again, you know, and they don't have kids who are interested in the business. I think they're going to walk away and hopefully sell the land to someone else who will build. But you know, it's a problem to take the shore.
I was going to ask you about the shore.
Well, I think what you'll see on the shore, for instance, the boardwalks will be back, the beaches will be back. Some of the stores that line the boardwalk will be back, but many others will not be back, at least this summer.
So let me ask you, it's not enough to ask the question, will the shore be back? Is the right question, what will the shore look like when it comes back?
I think that's correct. I think I'm optimistic that the overwhelming majority of homes and stores and infrastructure in terms of the beach itself will be open. And I think you will see so many people that have Jersey pride and Jersey resilience we've talked about want to visit the Jersey Shore. So I don't think we're going to see a downturn in that. It may be that they've always gone to Belmar or a place like that, and maybe they will now say, okay, if we can't get the place we've always had in that place, you know, we haven't been to Ocean City for a while, or Cape May, or Avalon, and go to the Jersey Shore. But I think most people will be able to return back to the towns they traditionally go to each summer, and I think many of them want to do that, and they want to be back, and they want to be part of the process that rebuilds the state.
Phil, by the way, log on to the website. You see on the screen to get more important information about business and business trends in the state of New Jersey. That's what Phil's organization does, provides resources.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Important information for businesses throughout the state, large and small.
Right.
But I'm curious about this, Phil. With all the devastation, the heartache, the pain, the suffering connected to Sandy, what about those who say, you know, some of the upside from an economic point of view is that there's potentially some job creation. You say?
I say that that certainly is true. I'm not sure it will equal the losses that everyone, whether they be homeowners or businesses, suffered. But there certainly will be an upturn based on all the rebuilding, not just of homes and stores, but the infrastructure projects, the beach themselves, the roads, and things like that. And actually, we will see more in the future than we do now, because a lot of people are still waiting for their checks from FEMA. And they really can't start major rebuilding until they have checks in hand to pay the contractors. They're doing some of the smaller stuff that's okay and that they can afford, but the big projects, they need checks in hand. That's coming, that's moving along, but still needs to be completed.
It's interesting you talk about FEMA, which brings me to the time we have left to talk about the government piece. You've never been an advocate of big government, but you've been an advocate of government, private public sector partnerships.
Absolutely.
Real quick, there's a grant program on the state level that's significant here. Talk about it.
There is a significant program. I mean, I think this is an example where government can play a role, natural disasters and natural emergencies. That is not what citizens can do for themselves. That is something the government has to step into. And it's a problem we talked about. So many business people simply are up to their eyebrows in debt already, had already fixed up properties because of Irene. What they need in the short term is cash to get them over the hump so that they can rebuild. They can't afford to take on any more debt. They simply can't. And what we push for and what is in the package that the governor, our legislative delegation, our congressional delegation pushed for on a bipartisan basis is monies from the Department of Housing and Urban Development to give grants to businesses to get them over the hump, so to speak, so that we can continue economic development. And it's a recognition that rebuilding, whether you're a homeowner or a business, is a very, very expensive proposition, and it takes money. And so this will be seed money to help our businesses get over the hump and hopefully reopen in time for July 4th.
That's an important opportunity for business and government to work together. Phil Kirshner is the president of New Jersey Business and Industry Association. The publication, again, you guys put out, is called?
New Jersey Business Magazine.
Website again?
The website for the association is www.njbia.org.
We've had it up the entire time. Phil, I want to thank you for joining us and being there for the business community, businesses large and small. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. Stay with us. I'm Steve Adubato. We'll be back right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Investors Bank, the Russell Berry Foundation, Fedway Associates, Inc., PSE&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities, the law firm of Gibbons, P.C., and by St. Peter's University, the Jesuit University of New Jersey. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger and NJ.com, Everything Jersey, and by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.